Testing, 1 2 1 2. I hope you're working audio. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Shamina Leah and I'm an actress and model from London. I have been in the modelling industry for over 12 years now, which is... How did I get into the industry? Well, it starts with my niece, Malaika, who is 7 years younger than me, and she started modelling around 8, 9. I would often go to shoots with her, chill with her mum and her younger brother offset while she was on, and you know, we just all entertain each other, keep the energy flowing and stuff like that. So that was my first kind of introduction to modelling. I had no desire to be a model. It was just like something my niece and eventually my nephew did. I was just around that. But my mum would always say to me, you should model. You need to model. You need to get to a modelling agency. And I'd be like, Mum, I just didn't really listen to it. I left it there kind of floating. When I was 16, I was in sixth form. I really wasn't enjoying the course I was doing, and I would often daydream about being in other places whilst in class. I just wanted to get out. So my mum picked up on that energy and she said to me, look, why don't you just go down to some modelling agencies and maybe you can pick up some part-time work as a model and split your college time with some work. I thought, all right, why not take the day off college? So what I did was I typed into Google top agencies in London. I wrote down about 5 or 6 with the addresses, and me and my niece went up to central London for the day and we were going to meet these agencies. The crazy part, to start the story off, is that the first agency I approached was Storm. So me and Malaika are sat in Storm's reception. Bearing in mind, she's like 9, I'm 16 at the time. There's the massive sign of Storm right there, and it's so overwhelming because there's these supermodels on the wall. We've got Cindy Crawford, Kate Moss, Jordan. I was like, wow, maybe I'm aiming like really high. I've got to follow through now, you know. So the receptionist greets me and basically tells me she's going to get someone to come out. So we wait maybe 5 minutes. So this guy comes round and he says, you know, let me take some pictures of you. So we take some pictures, like little Polaroid images against the wall. And he's like, I'm going to show them to the team and come back. So me and Malaika are just sat there, twiddling our thumbs. We don't know what to do. It's really nerve-wracking. And he comes back and he's like, look, you know, you're not quite right for us, but here's a list of reputable agencies you can check out around London. So I thought, okay, all right. So we left and we went to, where did we go next? We went into Models 1 and the same thing happened. They said, no, you're not quite right for us. And by this point, I was feeling away. I thought, you know, I should just go home. Maybe modeling's not for me. But we went to one more and I went into Select and they said no. So by this point, I was done. I called my mum. I said, come on, that's it. Modeling's not for me. Please stop saying that to me. That's it. It's not for me. So she's like, look, I'm at work, right? I'm going to talk to you this evening, because she couldn't really go into it. So me and Malaika head back down to Sydenham and that's it. Just try and forget about it. My mum comes home from work and she's like, you know, run me through what happened. I met this person, and they all said no. So she said to me, well, did you see everyone in the agency? And I said, no, Mum, it doesn't work like that. I can't walk into the back. I'm at reception and they come out. So she said, again, you know, she asked me, did you see everyone in the agency? I said, no. She said, all right. And then I was like, Mum, she's just nodding. Then she says to me, look, this is an important life lesson for you to learn. Just basically telling me not to give up so easily. So that was it. We had that conversation. I wasn't sure if I would ever have the guts to go into another agency because it actually hurt. I thought, I can't do the rejection and I'm 16. I'm just too sensitive right now. So that was it. I kind of just put that to bed. It cannot have been more than 2 to 3 weeks later. I'm getting ready for college and my mum shouts, Shamina, Shamina. I literally ran into her bedroom and she's like, look. So I'm looking at the screen and it's Lorraine Kelly's segment on GMTV. And Lorraine's saying, become the face of 2010. It was a modelling competition. Become the face of Tony and Guy for a year and you get a year's modelling contract with Storm. So I let the whole ad play out and then I was just silent. I'm confused. And my mum's looking at me and she's like, and I just walked out. I went back to the bathroom to sort my teeth out. And then I came back to her room and I said, Mum, are you joking? And she said, what do you mean? She's got a Yorkshire accent. So I said, Mum, that's the first agency I went into and they said no. And she said, and? I was like, what do you mean and? How can you say and? They said no. So she said, Shamina, did you see every single this is what she was doing with her hand as well. Did you see every single person in the agency? So I said, no, I didn't, Mum. I told you that the other week. So she said, so you didn't? And she kept like, every time I was talking, she was, so you did? And I said, no, I didn't. But I was flustered and annoyed at this point because I thought, what point is she trying to make? They've said no, and what are you, I don't get what you're saying. So she said, look, as far as I'm concerned, that guy doesn't know what he's doing. So I said, what do you mean? She said, he doesn't know what he's doing. If you haven't met every person in the agency, I don't see how you're letting one person's opinion frazzle you or pull you away from taking another opportunity. She said to me, I feel like he hasn't shown your pictures to everyone at the back. And I was like, okay, like I don't know how this works, but she was just like, forget him. As far as I'm concerned, you haven't been into Storm yet. To enter this competition, and I was like, Mom, obviously insecurity, the fact that I'd already been rejected, I didn't know if I was going to see anyone else or if it was the same guy reviewing the pictures. So I just had all this stuff coming up and I was like, Mom, I don't want to hurt whatever's being hurt right now, but it's not nice. So like, I'm a teenager and this is just not cool. I'm not feeling it. But she was like, you need to enter. So I was like, okay, well, let me sleep on it. So had my normal day at college and, you know, slept on it. The next day now, I'm getting ready again. We hear it on the TV again. Lorraine's literally saying, you've got until the end of the week and then our books are going to close. So my mum's like, you need to get your pictures in. She keeps going on and on. Should I? I don't know, blah, blah, blah. And I went to college, come back, and I let her take the pictures and upload them. And that was it. I was like, that's it. I don't know what else I can do. So one day I'm heading out of college on my lunch break and I receive a call. And this guy comes on the phone and says, hi, is this Shamina? So I'm like, yeah. And he says, this is da-da-da from GMTV. So in my head, I'm thinking, I'm getting pranked. I must be getting pranked. I couldn't even take it seriously. And he said, look, we're really excited to announce that you're through to the next round. We'd love you to come in, you know, on these dates. Are you free? And I'm literally just frozen for a moment. Like, is this real? So anyway, I said yeah. So I went down a few weeks later to London Bridge. We was in this massive building and there were girls walking up and down practicing their catwalk. We wasn't sure what they were going to ask us to do. So eventually my name got called with maybe 7 other girls and I went into this room and there was a panel of judges and it was really nerve-wracking. and they asked us questions, you know, what we're up to, why we feel we would be good models, and just different questions to everyone, just kind of getting a gist of our personalities and why we've entered the competition. That was the stage before the live show. They were looking for 6 people to put through, so they had to process everyone and go through the different looks and interview everyone, and they told me to go off for like 3-4 hours and they'll call me when I need to come back. So I went to eat with my mum and my niece, and then I got called back and I had to go back into the room, and they basically said, you're through to the next round. I actually have that footage from that moment when they told me I was through to the live show.
I think this year's going to be an exceptional year. I just have that feeling.
What sort of girl are you looking for? Someone with personality and really projecting pictures. It's going to be very tough to judge this contest.
Can we see you move? Can we see something of your personality?
We've got 6 amazing girls.
Shawnee.
Natalie.
Syria. Amber.
Amy.
Domina.
So then next we were told that we were going to be, you know, on Lorraine Kelly's segment on GMTV for X amount of days, and we had different challenges. One of them was we had 5 minutes to find a pastel look, and yeah, it was really fun, and the girls were really nice.
Now it's time to find out if our model hopefuls really have a natural flair for fashion.
Ready, steady, go!
Very impressed. I think they've all got their own style going on. You could see it.
We also went to Paris on a little trip, which was incredible. It was my first time in Paris, so I loved that.
And we are off to Paris Fashion Week tomorrow.
Really good, really interesting, good experience.
Great, I love it.
I want to show in Paris.
And then we had an elimination, so it went down to the final 3.
Shawnee. Natalie. Jamina.
And I got through to that, which I was really happy about. And then it was the final.
Now it's the moment we've all been waiting for this morning. Over 9,000 of you applied, and after 7 weeks of auditions and challenges, we're left with just 3 girls standing. Wow, as far as I'm concerned, they're all winners. Absolutely beautiful. Joining me now, judges Ellis, Karen and Sasha. And the winners got plenty to look forward to.
Definitely.
Yeah, they have. They've got Sarah Dukas from Storm Model Agency are very interested in looking at the winner to see whether they're going to take them on. So there could be a contract there,
right?
Which is fantastic.
And then next week's issue of Now is going to feature the winner on the cover and in the main fashion. So very excited about that.
So
very excited.
The winner will be a cover girl.
Yeah, definitely.
And any of the girls could be the face of the Tony and Guy campaign, which is in all of the glossies, Vogue, Elle, Grazia. It's a great launch for any of the models.
It really is. As we've said, it has been if this is what they want to do and they all want to do this, it's been fantastic for them just to get that.
Absolutely, and it's been so lovely actually looking back at the whole sort of journey that we've all had together,
and
seeing the girls blossom and change, and we're very excited to know what the winner is.
Well, I've got it in here. GMTV's Face of 2010 is... It is... It's Shawnee. Yes! And girls, worthy runners-up, You did so well. I'm so proud of both of you. You were
obviously entering a competition, you want to win. I thought that was my confirmation that I shouldn't be trying to model. I just thought, okay, let's just put this to bed. And I literally headed back to the green room to start taking my makeup off and get my bag. And Sarah Dukas, who is the founder of Storm, walked in. She said to me, look, don't be disheartened. We love your look. Why don't you pop into Storm next week. So I thought, my emotions were all over the place. I thought rejection, then you're here, then you're there, then you're not. I just wanted to know. I just wanted to know. So I was obviously really happy about that. It was just crazy. Also, they let us take home the massive pictures. So there was one at my mum's house, one at my dad's, and it was just, wow. Me and my sister drove down to the ITV studios. They brought this massive picture to the car. We could not fit it in. Oh my gosh. We had to bend the picture in half to fold it into the car, wrapped around both of our seats. Our heads were like this. Sister was driving like this. I was in the passenger like this. It took up the whole thing, and then it was all bent up. Wow, it's a funny story. Oh my gosh, that journey back to Sydenham from Waterloo. I pop into Storm and I meet with the team, and they basically say, you know, we want to get you out on some test shoots, build a book out for you, and then put you out there. So I'm like, okay, cool. Learning as I go along, I'm like, this sounds fantastic. Yeah. So that's exactly what we did. They started to send me on shoots and work with different photographers, try different looks and build a book for me. And when I had around 7, 8 images, they started to send me on casting. So what I would do was maybe go in the morning of college, and then go and cast, or the other way around. And eventually I booked a job. My first paid job was for the Red or Dead campaign, which was amazing. And I had so much fun on that shoot. And I can actually remember the first time I got my pay, because back in the day I used to get checks to my house. So I'd listen out for the postman. And one day I heard the letterbox go. I ran to the door, and obviously at 16 you're not really getting letters to the house. So it was really exciting when I could see my name. I saw the Storm logo, opened it, and I pulled out my check, and my oldest sister was home. So I ran into the living room and showed her, and we were jumping up and down screaming. We were throwing the one check. It was a good day. That was one of the best days of my life, when I started to earn my own money. Oh, a really nice feeling. I felt really independent. I felt like I could start, buying what I want. And I just felt really good. I felt really good. And I was like, you know what? I want more of this. More of that, please. Yes. So still at college, I was still kind of balancing the two, but I would say giving more energy to modelling, because I just really was not feeling what I was studying. So I started to work well, like really well, and my bookers took notice of this, and they called me in one day for a meeting, and they said, look, you're working really well, there's a lot of clients that are interested in you. Have you thought about going full time? You could make really good money. So I was like, yeah. I didn't think about it, I just said yes. And I hadn't spoken to my mum or anything, but I felt there's no way she could now say no when she told me to get into this. So I went home and I said, Lynn, look, darling, you know what I mean? The agency has asked me to go full time. What do you think about that? So she said, well, where's the studying going to come in? And I said, look, Lynn, the fact is I'm not enjoying what I'm studying. And how many people can say that they have this opportunity come to them at such a young age? I think I should jump on it, run with it, and do what I can, with this time and with this opportunity presenting itself. And also, I can go back to studying anytime I want. I still need time to figure out what I want to do and what I actually want to study. And when I'm sure about that, I'll put my full energy into it. But until then, why not let me make some money and, meet some new people? So she was like, she just basically said to me, as long as, you're committed and you put the effort in, I'll let you do it. So I was like, okay, cool. Like I'll make sure I'm on it. So she let me do it. And from that day that I didn't have to step foot in college again, I was just like, woo! So now I'm out, I'm working. I also got a job in Abercrombie Fitch for any days that, you know, were a bit quieter, or if I just had castings for like a week or something, I could go and do a shift at Abercrombie and make sure that, you know, I was stacking up, because my next thing was I want to go abroad, and I had New York in sight. So since 2010, I have worked all over the UK, all over Europe, all over the States, and I can honestly say that I'm really proud of being able to build that resilience within me and just draw from a place of knowing my worth and not getting disheartened. Because the thing is, you have to understand that every single model, no matter what level you're at, deals with rejection on a daily basis, deals with insecurity. It is normal. But the thing that you need to do is work on your self-worth, and everything happens for a reason. So take it with a pinch of salt, have fun, and stick at it, and you might surprise yourself. I just wanted to give a shout out to all the bookers I've had over the years and the different teams I've worked with. I really appreciate you helping me mould myself into the professional woman I am today, and all of the opportunities that you've presented me with over the years. So many blessings to you all. If you feel this is the industry for you, just keep pursuing it and it will pay off eventually. But on that note, if you have any questions, please feel free to message me. I will definitely get back to you. Honestly, just go for it. Just jump and see what can come of it, because you never know. So don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload, and I will catch you in the next one. Blessings!